Good morning. Welcome to the Real Prosperity Project. My name is Tanisha Tearing, and this is.
It's Charlene Reedman. How's everybody doing today on a beautiful August something date? I don't even know what day we're on.
It's the 20th today, Charlene.
Thanks. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. So we are the Real Prosperity Project. We are here to talk about real life scenarios, how you can find prosperity in every day. We're here to share our traumas, our wins, our everything, all the things, just have real conversation and hoping that we can teach you to also find prosperity in your day to day so that you can help others enjoy that same happiness in your day to day.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Mhm.
for happiness here in the north. It starts out very cold, but guess what? It warms up. Sun is out, sky is blue. Um, Potatoes are being harvested. Crab apples are being pulled. Yeah, it's pretty cool. My carrots, not so much, but whatever. It is what it is.
Mm, yeah. I actually need to get outside and do some more harvesting as well because guess what we got this morning?
Oh, frost.
Snow.
Oh, that's where.
Not down in the valley, but the tops of the mountains are covered.
Yeah, we came across a skiff of snow heading out of Prince George. There's snow in the ditch. We're like, what?
Yeah, that four-letter swear word is here.
Yeah. Everybody said the four-letter word starts with an F, but it's not. It's an S.
It's an S. Yeah, I love it. Hmm.
So what are we talking
Yeah,
about
it's
today?
gross and cold. It's cold. What's
Yes.
up?
So what are we talking about today?
Ooh, this is fun. Okay, guys. So I have recently started playing a game. You're gonna love it. It is changing everything. It is changing my mindset, my heart set, how things go in a day. It is really putting me in just a really, really great headspace. And I can't take credit for this. I'm just going to straight up say this came from listening to an audiobook. And I will give them a shout out. The book is called The Secret to Attracting Money by Joe Vitale or Dr. Joe Vitale. Hopefully, I'm not butchering his name. Either way, it's a great book. But at the beginning of this book, he talks about the what if game. Okay. So subconsciously, we always go to what if down. Like it's just, it's the state that we're in. Okay. It's a negative victim mentality. And so we go, oh, what if I go and my tire blows? What if I go hiking and it's the worst experience of my life? What if I go to this event and I just have a horrible time? Or what if something happens to my house while I'm gone? Or, it's the what if downs. Okay.
It's
You're
like the
being
worry
negative.
side, the worry,
It's
worry.
the worry. It's the worry, which is stealing your joy from today. Worry doesn't help tomorrow.
No,
And
worry brings in disease at the end of.
yes, 100%. And, the what if down game, it's awful.
Yeah,
Well, it makes you feel kind of gross. And we've talked about it a couple of times on our podcast. What you think about, you bring about. So where you put your focus, and the more you focus on it and dwell on it, the more of that you'll receive. So if you're worried about your tire blowing and your tire blows, well, guess what? You just brought that into existence
yeah.
because you were worrying about it and you were what ifing about it.
That's it. When I just got my tires, I just got brand new tires, and the guy is like at the shop. He's like, "Whoa!" I'm like, "I know." I said like every day, one more trip. We can do one more trip on these tires. I know we can. He's like, "Well, thankfully, your one more trip got you to here." I'm like, "Yes."
There you go. You just what if up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the game. Instead of what ifing down, we consciously think about what if up.
I
Okay.
love it.
Now, what does that mean? What if one more trip,
One more trip.
right? One more trip, just one more, just get me one more trip, right? What if we pick up the phone and we make that phone call to someone we've been meaning to call and it changes everything? Maybe it saves their life because they were having a really bad day feeling alone and they just wanted somebody to reach out to, but they didn't know who. They felt really alone and you just changed everything. What if you, I don't know, go to a seminar or a convention and you hear something that changes your life forever because you a week ago weren't ready to hear that, but because you what if upped, you heard it differently and it just changed everything. What if you read that book that you've been putting to the side and it has the secret to helping you feel prosperous and changing your mindset, and all of a sudden you have the power to find your passion and start
Oh,
earning the abundance that you love.
oh, that's even like, Denise and I, when we got the idea to make this podcast, I mean, we could have been like, well, what if we fail? What if nobody listens? What if, we could have been like, nah, screw it, we're not going to do it. Whereas we were like, well, what if we just have fun and, see what happens?
Yeah. And I'll be completely honest with you, we don't have a lot of listeners.
No, at this
When I
moment.
check the what's it called? The insights on the views and listens, we get maybe 1 to 2 per week. But that doesn't stop us because we say, what if we do one more podcast? And what if that's the podcast that reaches somebody that makes a difference in their life?
Exactly.
What if it does go viral? Like, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it'd be like freaking amazing.
Right? What if this becomes something for somebody or for us that changes our family's future? It's the what if up. So instead of what ifing down and staying in victim, and that is a state. That's just a state. Look it up. I think we've talked about it on the podcast too. Go listen to our other podcasts. You'll hear it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We what if up intentionally. We're going to change our mood. We're going to change our day. We're going to change. And maybe it isn't the biggest change right away, but incrementally as you start doing that, it's going to change everything. And I promise you that. Just give it a try.
That even makes me think, Tanisha, when we were interviewing prospects to come into our industry. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what the biggest things that I find when we're interviewing people is they're totally on the what if downs.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if I can, pass the exam. What if I don't pass it? What if,
Yeah.
I don't, have enough people to talk to? What if but it's always what if don't, and that just,
Mm-hmm.
this can help. And lots of employers and other entrepreneurs, when you're interviewing people to come on board in whatever you do, and you're talking across the screen or in person to that person, it's like, yeah, but what if you do pass the exam? What if you do have enough people? What if, like, what's your alternative? Almost.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And because you're focusing on the good, what are you going to bring into your life?
Yeah.
More good. It's just the way it is, you know? And it can be so beautiful. I know it can be challenging in some of your dark times, but in those dark times, that what if up game is going to pull you out a lot faster than you would have typically, you know?
Yeah. And maybe it'll help you um cut out that negative chatter that's going on around you. The
Yeah.
naysayers, the haters, and I'm not saying that they're saying things to you to make you not succeed. They're just scared for you, and they know they can't what if up for themselves,
Hmm.
right? If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Yeah, the other thing that kind of actually I'll touch on this a little bit. It's also in this book. And I actually this is a what if up moment. Okay. So years ago, My one of my really good friends, Suzanne Smith, she won't mind me quoting her on here. She taught me, and I remember she sent me the email and all of the details about what to do. It's called Ono Ono. Okay. And it's a traditional Hawaiian practice of forgiveness and reconciliation. Okay. I totally passed over that information without any thought. You know, I'm like, oh, this is just another thing, whatever. I'll look at it later. And I never looked at it. Okay. And then when I was listening to this audiobook, he talks about it again. And I was like, that's strange. I've heard that before. After I listened to this book, let me tell you, I called my friend Susie and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm such a doughhead. I should have listened to you." But I wasn't ready to hear it because I was in What If down.
Yeah.
And so then when I was in What If up and I had listened to that at the beginning of his book, I actually heard it differently at the end of his book. I was like, "Oh my gosh. What if this is the thing that changes everything?" And so what Onopono is, and I have it here. I'm just going to read it to you, okay, so that you guys understand it, so I don't butcher it. It's it is a Hawaiian or traditional Hawaiian practice of forgiveness and reconciliation, aiming to correct, manage, or supervise situations. It involves taking responsibilities for one's actions and the role that they play in creating their reality, even if those actions are indirect. The practice focuses on healing through confession, repentance, and forgiveness, often involving the repetition of the mantra, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Okay. Now, I didn't hear that years ago. I heard it in this book. Like I heard it, it actually hit me, is what I mean by heard it. And there's this 20-minute section in the book where he just repeats that phrase and allows you to just go into your space. And there are a lot of things from my past that I still feel guilt and resentment with, traumas of all sorts. We'll get into that another day. But as I'm sitting in my car, I'm picturing these moments that I have resentment and guilt for still. And it was almost like each moment was being released with that mantra over and over and over again, which is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And it's been also following me through the last couple of weeks. And every time I have an egotistical thought that I don't like, or a jealous thought, or I've done something wrong, because we're human and we do it, I just repeat that. Or even if I'm having like excitement and anxious excitement over something, I don't want to focus on that anxiety feeling. So I also release that happy anxious moment too, because you need to be focused sometimes. And so that Ono is a great practice. And that was a what if up moment for me.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, I've heard that too. Now that you bring that all up, um, I see you, I forgive you, or I'm sorry, or whatever. I love
Hmm.
you. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, well, I just want to say, like, your past doesn't define your future. It's molded you and put you exactly where you need to be today, whether that,
Hmm.
it's not good or bad. You may not be happy with you are today, but what you've done is put you here today. So now, instead of like dwelling on that past, what can we do to what if you up to the next step of whatever that might be for you?
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Oh gosh, we should get a psychology degree.
We should. But yeah, it's really cool and I love how you said that, Shar. It is like your past doesn't define you, but you need to be thankful for it because it has brought you to who you are today and how you operate. And it's also going to give you insight into how you want to behave and move forward, right?
Yeah.
And it's never, ever too late, never too late until you're 6 feet below to start fresh.
Yeah, and that it is true because we circle and um we live in our past. It's just the way it is. Because
Hmm.
again, right along up there with like how does money work? They don't teach us unless your parents are doing this. Like they're not teaching you how to do the next next foot forward. Like you know what I mean? Like when we're little babies and we're like, you can do it, you can do it, you can walk, and we fall over, we don't like get upset because you fell over. But it's weird as we get into adulthood and say we go out and try something new, maybe a career path, and we fall over, and then everybody's like, see, we told you. Like,
Hmm.
like, why is that different from like learning to walk?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So, you know what? And then you just have to what if up after you fall over. And failures aren't a bad thing as long as you're learning from them. But if you keep repeating them, then they are a bad thing.
Yeah. Actually, I read a meme once. It was a really good one. It said failure or fail stands for first attempt in learning.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You're not failing, you're learning.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. So it just makes me think of a few people that are close to me. I'm like, oh, I hope they listen to this podcast and might be a good fit for them. Maybe just send it to them in their email. Listen, listen to this.
Send it out in a mailing list.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, when you guys are
Hmm.
coming across something, it's kind of like almost goes down to writing out your pros and your cons. So that to
Yeah.
me, your pros and cons would be your what if up and your what if downs,
Hmm.
right? So write out your what if ups on a piece of paper and then compare them to your what if downs and who's the
Yeah.
winner. You know, like what pulls you the most.
Yeah. Also, what if downs are just lies
Oh, yeah.
that you're telling yourself.
Well, and there's like a justification
Hmm.
too, right? Well, if I
Yep.
say I can't, you know, if I go out and do this, I'm just going to say an exam, you know, and you're 45 years old and you're like, I haven't taken an exam for, you know, since high school. Yeah. So what? What if,
Hmm.
what if you aced it? High school is so different.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes me,
Yeah.
when I dropped Braden off at college and he was doing that dual program. And I was like, Braden, you're gonna love it. And he's like, you know, Mr. Debbie Downer. And I was like, but what if it's not? And then a week goes by and he called me and he's like, had the highest marks he's ever had in his whole lifetime.
Oh, that's
I'm like,
amazing because it was different structure. It was something his brain was interested in, hey?
yeah. So what if, like I
Oh.
said to him, well, what if it's not like high school? It's not school. School isn't
Yes.
school. I think school is, aside from the grade 12s that we have to do, but when you
Yeah.
venture out to a topic that you're really interested in, school becomes different.
Hmm.
A little bit off topic, but it's still a what if because he was
It
totally
is. It is a
what
what if.
if down. I'm like he was
Yeah.
so down. Yeah. So yeah, no, that's really cool. I love it. I'm gonna put that. You know what I think everybody should do is you should have a little handy dandy notebook or something that you are in your notes in your phone, and that would really catch you on your what ifs
What if?
and your what if
Hmm.
downs and write it out.
Yeah. Yeah. It would.
Very cool.
And you know what? We just have to the improvement and the part that we have to do is just the catching ourselves earlier in our negative spiral
Hmm.
because we all do it. It is so natural. And it's so easy in today's society. There are so many things to be what ifing to death. You know what I mean? But in those moments, even if you've gone, oh, what if that tire pops? What if that tire pops like 15 times? By the 15th time, if you notice that you're being a what ifer down, then you can just be like, oh, shoot, right. What if it doesn't pop? What if I make it to my destination and it is an incredible trip and I make the most incredible experiences, right? And that, when you catch yourself, is where the power is. And as you start to catch yourself, you're going to do it more and more and more and more, and it becomes habit.
Yeah. Right.
Hmm.
I love it. Yeah, I absolutely love that. And that's just, one small thing you can do to, I think this is like super easy.
Hmm.
Like, because sometimes we get inundated with, well, I need to do this and I need to do this. And you got like 18 different things you have to
Different
do
things you have to do.
that to help change your mindset. But I think this one is like a one and done, great way to start.
It is a great place to start. I think, honestly, if this is the only place you go to, like, to start, that's fine.
Yeah.
This would be the best way. Yeah. Play the what if game.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna implement that into my week. And let's remind
Mhm.
ourselves next week when we start our podcast. Let's just do a quick little recap on our what ifs and see how that shifted our week.
Yeah. Let's do it.
What if?
What if?
What if?
What
Tanisha?
if? Well, and like, it's just, it's a great way. And it's rubbing off on my kid,
Mm,
over the last couple of weeks, all of this. I have been, it's actually been really cool. So some people might think I'm a little bit cuckoo for this, but I'm going to, whatever. This is authentically me. So I'm going to talk about it because we need to be in our authenticity. It's the highest form of vibration. And I have made a vow that I'm not going to what if someone judges me for things anymore. I'm going to just what if it changes something
yeah.
great. And so I started listening to this book and I started doing Ono, and I started What If Game. And I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling in my position with our financial services because I was in a negative mindset around it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was struggling to be positive and uplifting because I was having a lot of negativity coming into me externally and I was allowing myself to stew in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, we had really great people leave. We had the market crashes which were really hard on a few people, and it was hard. We needed to be the positive outlook in that moment, but when you have that negativity coming at you, it can be challenging. And so I was struggling. And as this comes into fruition, all of a sudden our trainings at work started becoming around mindset and heart space and goals and dreaming and all of the things that I was ready to start implementing to help raise that vibration. And all of a sudden my team started growing, my people started, actually wanting to do what they were supposed to be doing. My clients started getting happy, the markets started coming up, and I know this sounds crazy, but I feel like I manifested the positivity and the great things that are happening because now my son and I are sitting down and journaling together, writing out our goals. He's
That's so
8.
great. Yeah.
We're reading together. We're meditating together. He wrote a little journal list saying, "I love my mommy and I love meditating in the backyard with her."
Yeah. No, it's
Like,
really powerful.
how incredible is that? And I really truly believe that it came from that shift in mindset.
Yeah.
All that negative crap that was happening was because I was focused on it, and so I was creating more of it.
Yep. 100%.
And now I'm creating the opposite, and it feels freaking great.
Yeah, and it's like a hit of dopamine, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And no, I'm not saying I control the markets, just FYI.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
just saying
just
that
like,
was one
hey,
of the things that came
Keep
with that.
going, Tanisha, keep going. Yeah. And on the side note,
I have no control over that.
people, when it comes to the markets, it's you can't time the markets. It's been in the markets for a period of time. So everybody is doing
Yeah.
very well on the client side with our investment, with our firms that we invest with. So
Yes.
yes, but yeah, it is true, and there's so much negativity out there, and yeah, we can totally spiral like a rabbit hole into the what if, the
Oh, 100%.
doomsday
Yeah.
what ifs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Tanisha. I really appreciate this. Has really uplifted even my day.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you. You're so amazing. Yeah,
Oh, thank
and
you. So are you.
yeah, you just give me a lot of stuff of myself to think about. And if I'm doing that, I know everybody out there that's listening, I know this is an impact and you can do it too. And I really want to reconnect when we come back next week and just take a few minutes and talk about our what ifs. How was our what
Yeah.
if?
How was our what ifs? And I think we should measure how many times that we felt ourselves recognizing the moment
Yeah.
and changing it. Yeah. Yeah. And what it changed. It'll be amazing. You guys will see. This is one of those what if moments.
Yeah. Exactly.
What if this is the podcast that changes everything? Yeah. So yeah, thank you to our listeners. We know that our audience is going to grow, so thank you for being loyal and listening and subscribing and following. Always helps us. It really helps more people because without that, more people are not gonna hear this stuff that's helping you. So as you're listening, be sharing. Just send the Spotify link to a friend, family, whatever, and just be like, hey, you know what, this podcast made a difference, and we'd love to help them make a difference too. So,
Yeah.
and as always, reach out if you have any questions.
Yes. All right, people. Enjoy your wonderful last few weeks of summer, and we'll see you all next week.
Yes, and into the colors of fall.
Woo!
Yes.
What if it's amazing?
Bye.
Bye.